how do you feel about giving away your like experiences and your secret sauce?
If you're listening right now, please subscribe to the Event Shakeup on all your favorite podcast platforms, including YouTube. We will be there. Please like, please subscribe, and remember, your event success is just one creative idea away. What is up, world? Welcome to the Event Shakeup, the podcast that sparks your creative genius and unveils the secret to crafting attention-grabbing events from an entertainment perspective. We are your hosts, Jem, and I got my man Sye Young right over here. Yeah, together we are the DJ firm, and we are super, super excited to be with you on this new podcast journey. Sye, are you excited?
Man, I'm super excited, man. I can't wait to hear the stuff that's about to come out your mouth, brother.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I mean, we are one of the Midwest's top entertainment service providers, completing over 2,100 events over the last 9 years, man. 2,100. Can you believe that?
Man. 21, bro. That's crazy. I feel like we done more than that though. Like 2,100 sounds kind of not enough.
Hey man, we are on our way to more, man.
We gotta talk to our CEO on that one, bro.
Absolutely. So man, what people can get ready to do is dive into a world where imagination and entertainment always takes the center stage. So whether you're a bride to be, a corporate event organizer, an event planner, or simply just a person who loves to throw parties, man, this podcast is going to be tailor-made for you. This is going to be, your backstage pass to event tips, booking the best entertainment, planning with precision, curating unforgettable experiences, and just, creating events that your guests are going to talk about for years to come. So, what they can expect is exclusive interviews, industry experts, event gurus, entertainers sharing all their insider knowledge and spilling all the secrets to success. And we're going to inspire you, man. We're going to inspire you to think outside the box. Yep. So, you excited for that?
Yeah, I'm excited. How do you feel about giving away your like experiences and your secret sauce?
Man, bro, we're at that time, man. We're at that time, man. I think people want to know. They want to know from us. So, get ready. We got an incredible journey. If you're listening right now, please subscribe to the Event Shakeup on all your favorite podcast platforms, including YouTube. We will be there. Please like, please subscribe, and remember, your event success is just one creative idea away, and we're here to give them to you. So
if we give them the creative ideas, that means that was their creative ideas?
Amen. It's there.
I love it, man.
Take it and run.
Let's get it. Why are you sweating, though?
I'm hot.
Let's go.
All right, man. So, hey, first show. You excited, Sye?
Yeah, man. I'm still a little bit nervous, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I just know me and you is hopefully we can get this in with the amount of time. We're gonna be joking around, but like it's gonna be the raw experience and just us just chopping it up and giving people feedbacks and giving people like other lessons that we've learned.
Absolutely,
so I think this
man.
is beautiful. So let's get it.
Yeah, man. So this is our first show, man. We just want to give the people a little bit, more about who the DJ firm is, who Jem is, who Sye Young is, man. Mm-hmm. So the first question, man, I want you to take me through your journey, man. How did you find your way into event planning? And then give us a little bit on, what got you inspired to get into event entertainment.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know about this, but, I was born in Jamaica. I've always loved music, but my uncle was a DJ. And I just really saw what he was doing in like the club industry and the reggae industry, and I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to, entertain people. I wanted to, be the life of a party, so to say. Mm-hmm. So just growing up in high school, me and you used to throw parties, man.
We did, man. I remember House Coming. Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
House Coming was an epic event.
Absolutely, man. What was special about that event? Like, why? So, House Coming being like one of the first big parties you threw. Like, what was special about that event? And like, from an entertainment perspective, like, what made it an impact for you?
Because, bro, like everybody showed up. But I think it's the way we did it, and even till this day, just thinking about it right now, we still do things like that. We do things like randomly. Like we randomly went to Homecoming. and bamboozled our way to DJ.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
then say, yo, after party at some church. It was at a church.
So take me to like a little bit later in your career when you really got into weddings, you really got into corporate events. Like, what are some of the things that inspired you to get into those type of events?
I feel like I was put on this earth to really, make people enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think like I'm a natural born entertainer. I love reading crowds, and just the fact that people having fun because of stuff that I'm doing and playing, just led me into this, lane of being an entertainer.
Absolutely.
But
man.
what about you though?
Man, for me, I honestly, bro, like you kind of inspired me to start getting into the whole like wedding game. Obviously, from one of the stories and the journeys of the DJ firm, like you're the one that kind of, start that, and just seeing like you getting into that business. I'm like, okay, I knew I wanted to play music for a living. Obviously, we were doing our club thing. The question was, how do
You
I?
were the best at it too.
Yeah, man. How do I do that? I knew I had something special with my style. And I think just being able to see that there was a need for my style and what I could bring to crowds, that was pretty much, some of the main drivers of like what inspired me to get into the event business, man. And obviously you being one of my best friends, you became my business partner. And I thank you for letting me in.
Well,
Or did I demand my way in?
So, true story. I hope I have some time for a quick story. So basically, long story short, I started the DJ firm in Lacuna, and we get to how the DJ firm started. And, Eric wanted to have a meeting for some other business adventure. I said, you can use my office. And when he came in, saw all the stuff that we were doing, I'm a type of person where I just kind of throw everything out there, but somehow it was laid out kind of good. So then he was like, yo, man, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. But before he even said that, the first DJ we hired at the DJ firm, the DJ gig, was DJ Jem. And he said, yo, I am not setting up any equipment. So that's how our backline process came about. And next day he was like, listen, how about this? I'll take half. How much is half? This man knew how much I paid for all the promotions that I've been doing. He's like, I'll pay for that. I'll pay half of that, but I want half. He said, I'm not doing it unless I get half. Absolutely. I was like, yo, bro, give me $1. And the next episode, can you please give me $1? We have to sign $1 or something like that and put it up in the office.
We can do that. Oh man, but hey, tell me some pivotal moments. Obviously, when we started the DJ firm, like how did you know your commitment was solidified? Like you knew you were going to be a beast in this industry. Like what was some of those moments?
Well, it actually started with the whole Boston bombing. I was out in Boston and I literally saw a billboard of a bunch of DJs, and it said that we are Boston. And I wanted to create something like that for the city of Chicago. So I don't know if you remember, I asked you and a few other DJs to join me, started this meeting, and I knew I wanted to, set like a trend setting DJs because we were doing our thing in the nightclub industry. And I never wanted to like get away from that. But like I love the fact that we were DJing in nightclubs, we were killing it, and I felt like we could have brought that to events because our mentor, White Shadow, Paul Blair, big ups, had me do an event, and we did great at it. And I was like, we need to continue that. And that was like the pivotal moment. It was on a yacht for the guys that owned Blockbuster back in the day and Home Depot. And it was literally 10 people. And I don't know how I entertained these people, but it went over great. And that's how I knew I wanted to do this.
That's dope, man. If I can share a story, man, I think my pivotal moment for sure was Johnson Control back in 2014, man. Johnson Control International Company. Big shout out to Brian Kessler, business mentor and client, giving us one of our first big opportunities, man. Just being able to just imagine, people coming from all over 10 different countries, and we had to be able to plan music and prep for these different type of cultures, man. And I just remember our commitment to client satisfaction and showing what that showed us is that we were really going to be special, man, and that's really important because I think for event entertainment, DJ, bands, whoever you are, it's just really about, customer service at the end of the day, making sure your clients are like super happy and just really delivering, what's special.
That's crazy because I do mention that too, because that was one of the pivotal things too for me, because I never knew I can DJ for people from China, from Russia. There's people from everywhere. Mm-hmm. But when they gave us the music of like, we went out and did the research about it, and I was like, yo, wow, I'm all about people coming together and enjoying themselves off of one thing, and it was just the music. You know what I'm saying? And that was that was a pivotal moment for me as well.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about the DJ firm. Like, man, in your words, like really what makes us unique in this industry today?
Well, to be honest, I think one of the biggest thing that makes us unique is, from that I've seen, that we're the only black owners in this industry that's doing it at the level that we're doing it as. Okay. So that alone really sets us apart from other people. And just our background, bro. Our background, we literally came from DJing at some of the top clubs in the city of Chicago, And the fact that we grew up in, let's just say, if you grew up in the 80s, you kind of just grew up in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? But back in like the early 2000s, you were listening to 80s, you were listening to mashups, you were listening to, techno, all that stuff. And what we did as open format DJs was put those all together. Mm-hmm. Because, when you do events, you're DJing for people that listens to 80s, 70s, 90s, 2000, blah, blah, blah. And we grew up in all those, eras. Mm-hmm. So that sets us apart.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. I think kind of we are a three-headed monster, kind of what I like to think about it as, like to your point, from an entertainment perspective, not only us, but all of our DJs have taken a different pathway into the industry of events. And that pathway is like pretty much through the club. So, we came up through the club. We understand, what it meant to have that feeling and quick mix and, put things together, like to your point, the mashup. And we, what makes us unique is we're able to bring that into an event environment, into a wedding environment, which, from a listener perspective or a guest perspective, it just sounds and it feels different from like a typical event DJ.
Yeah.
I think our client satisfaction, again, like the details makes us very, very unique, because we do care so much about that. We, really want to deliver a full service when it comes to like entertainment.
And I need you to give yourself a round of applause for that, bro, because was when we just growing as a business, you were like, yo, this is the main thing we had to focus. We have all those three-headed monsters, like, together. You were like, yo, this is what we need to get.
And then, yeah, absolutely. And then the last three-headed monster, I think, is our team, man. Like the investment that we've put in to our team really, really drives this company, man. Like, we couldn't be as successful as we are without our team, man. So, those are the three main things that I think really make us unique. So tell me a little bit, as a partner in TDF, what can you tell us about your day-to-day contribution for the DJ firm, and how does it align with the Event Shakeup podcast?
Well, just overseeing everything within a DJ firm, alongside you, the great one. I run all the nightlife department with the company. I still myself DJ at events, clubs and events, in corporate and wedding stuff. I love the art of DJing, and, I love making people happy and I feel like it goes back to making people, I feel like I was put on this earth for people to enjoy themselves. So just doing that, so being like, I don't want to say the right-hand man of the one and only CEO, DJ Jem, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so all those things, like how is all that stuff going to play into the Event Shakeup podcast? Like how are you going to bring like all of those knowledgeable things and bring it to this show? Man,
so just learning, understanding, seeing what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like I know for me and you, just the everyday conversations that we have about events and what new things we're trying to do and how we want to, set the bar, the level high of everything, of all the events that we do, So I think the main thing is creativity. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, I don't know, once me and you just get in the zone of just talking, I don't know, half of the shit that we come up with, I don't understand it. And that just really, just gives, because people, I've talked to other owners of like multi-ops or owner of the just event companies. They're like, yo, how do you guys come up with those things? Mm-hmm. And I literally say, yo, we talk. I did a event the other day and they did this thing where they read your aura, and she was like, yo, you communicate well. And I was like, my business partner don't seem to think I communicate well. But she said something that was true, man. All the time that we sit down and talk and you're just, shooting stuff off of me and just talking back and forth, like, yo, that's a huge part of communication, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the ideas and stuff that we come up with, processes and stuff like that is from just rapid fire, the rhetoric between each other.
What's rhetoric? Yeah, man. I mean, and that's kind of, for me on this question, man, everything for me with the DJ firm is how do I push the envelope in the entertainment industry and continue to evolve as a leader and evolve this company as a leader in the industry. And, that dictates my day-to-day tasks and, what's going to help like this company grow. And from that one perspective, like I want to, bring that value to this podcast. But, obviously for me, daily CEO duties, I think, within the last like 18 months, I've really tried to embrace that. I think it's important for me with the DJ firm to figure out how do we define success, looking for those answers, confirming and figuring out, are we meeting our goals? How are we meeting those goals? And ultimately, are our clients getting what they pay for? Like, that's very, very important to me. Now, you did mention one word, and it just kind of jumped out at me. And for the people that aren't DJs, for the people that aren't planners, talk about what a multi-op means. I feel like, clients, maybe people that are planning events, they might see the word multi-op when it comes to an entertainment industry. Define for those people that don't know what that might mean. Define that for them.
Well, kind of in the same role of multi-op, like, you do, a different facets of things. Like, you can do more than one event in a night. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You guys do production. We do production. We do weddings, private events. We do multiple things. We have multiple DJs. Single op is just one man wrecking crew. He can just go out and work by himself. Multi-op, you just have a team. We have a group.
Right, and that goes back to what you're saying, what, I think makes it special. So I want to dive into a little bit deeper, right?
Dive in.
On some questions, man. So we want to get into, the event shakeup, man. Like, the reason why we wanted to start this podcast is we wanted to give that entertainment experience to the clients. Tell us, Sye, what we want to know is when it comes to prepping music and entertainment for an event, what is your go-to strategy when it comes to creative juices and getting like the flow going, when you're prepping for an event? Like, what do you do?
So I got to be honest with you on that one, bro. Now, I do prep to a certain extent. Like, whenever the clients go onto our online portal, they tell us what their must plays are and their do not plays and plays if possible are. But for me, I'm more of a go off, I'm an entertainer, you know what I'm saying? I go off of the feel of the event. I read the crowd. I see, what grandma and grandpa is doing, how they interact with people. That literally tells me how to go about my event, what type of music to play, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And within the first 5 to 10 songs, I already know the direction of where I'm going to go. And I prep in the moment, per se. Okay. Does that make sense?
No, that makes total sense, man. Like, you're a guy that, feeds off the energy.
As you would say, fly by the seat of his pants.
Definitely. You feed off the energy, man. And I've definitely seen it, man. Like, just watching you DJ, like, yo, how does this dude get away?
Yeah.
With what he's doing? But, like your crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So which is super, super important, man. I mean, for me, prepping, this is actually something I started doing last year. I've been keeping all of my event folders.
Really?
So when I, getting to a planning meeting with a couple and I can kind of see what vibe they like, that way I can recall other vibes from couples that are similar.
Yeah.
So it helps me kind of prep more because, if I see a couple that has the same kind of vibe and energy, I can recall like certain like playlists and crate.
Yeah.
And I always find like really dope stuff within that crate that I think vibes with the new client. And it just gives me a perspective like, okay, well, what did I play this year? Like at events, what did I play at weddings? Like, you know what I mean? How can I switch it up from like this year versus like last year and all those kind of things. So I've been keeping all my crates. Like I got a crate in my Serato called Archives. And it's like literally all of my clients'
You're putting
weddings.
songs back.
Yeah, and they're all just kind of labeled out, the wedding. Not I don't have the date. I just have the client names. Obviously, we have the planner. We can kind of go back in and see like what the names were, blah, 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 the dates. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
But I think that's what kind of makes us unique too, man. As us being like the two owners, we're kind of the same but different in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't really personally do that because like I'm afraid that, not saying this is what happens, like I'm gonna sound the same. You know what I'm saying? My personal feedback on it, like I want to give clients, you know what I'm saying, exactly what they asked for, but in a new sweet way. You know what I'm saying? Because like talking to other DJs, they're like, "Oh, you're a wedding DJ, man. You can just sit and play the same set every time." And like, no, it doesn't go like that, man. Like,
Yeah.
That set that first of all, I'll never have a prepared set. So, if you have a prepared set and use it for Jane and Mike, it's not going to work for Stacy and John. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you want to always switch it up. You want to sound brand new. And it just goes to who we are, man. We always pushing the envelope to be new.
Bro, and at the end of the day, you're a very seasoned DJ right now. Me and you seasoned. We've had hundreds of weddings under our belt. Mm-hmm. You running into people that you've DJed before for this weddings just down the line.
Yeah.
So I've had, at one wedding, bro, I had 4 clients that I DJed their wedding or sister or family member. I think one year I saw one dude 3 times, 3 different weddings.
Yeah.
And
there's this Italian chick, I keep seeing her at every Italian wedding.
Man, but let me get to another question. This one's very important. How do you see the role of entertainment evolving in the world of events, especially post-pandemic area? Like how is entertainment evolving for you?
Man, it's evolving, man. I feel like people are dying to throw parties, you know what I'm saying? People are dying to get back together because of the pandemic. People are now getting more into creative and new ways to throw parties. I just did a wedding the other day, and you know how some weddings, before you walk in, before like a pre-cocktail, before the cocktail hour, you walk in, there's somebody with a tray holding like champagne. Mm-hmm. Nah, bro, you rang this bell, and out of like these vines or bushes came a hand with a, you know what I'm saying? People are getting so creative because, it's, this world is just evolving into like dope and, you know what I mean? Like, you're just opening up your mind, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have too, man. Like entertainment it's always going to be at the front. It plays such an important role. Like to me, when you think about entertainment, whether it be a wedding or like an event, even me, I was just researching some numbers. Like it's responsible for 50% of the night, going well. Like if you really think about that, and that's a huge chunk of time. Like if you think about, the average dance set at a wedding being, 2 to 3 hours, and then the average length of a wedding itself being 5 to 6. So half of that wedding, the DJ, the entertainment, the band, whatever you have is, supposed to be able to support that wedding and give that energy and that vibe. So it's so important. I feel the entertainment world has really involved, demanding more from the entertainment. As entertainers, I would like to say, hey, entertainers are not planners. You know what I mean? So like, you know, the weddings and the events are getting more involved. So I would say the way entertainment is evolving overall, like planners are definitely, you know, really, really important. So if that's one like tip or task I would, you know, give to clients, if you're throwing an event, to really, really consider like some type of planner or agency to really get together all of your vendors and really get everybody on the same page.
Yeah. I just want to throw in a
Sure.
really important tip to all clients and stuff like that. Like, yo, just because you envision it doesn't mean it's always going to go well. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to like really like explain it well to the planner so we can bring it to life.
Absolutely. So we got one more question, man. I think I'm gonna throw it down to the bottom of the last question next to it. So, what I want to talk about is the event shakeup, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a part of this event focused podcast, you know, what can the listeners look forward to from you in like, you know, upcoming episodes?
Bro, it's just plain and simple, man. Like, you know, experience, knowledge. Yo, how long you been DJing? I've been DJing for 21 years, man. I'm old, bro. Nah, damn.
Man, I would say,
21.
so, man, we didn't even talk about, so professionally, 06, so, man, almost 20 years, like 18 years, or 17, because we're in 23, yeah. I mean, professionally.
Professionally. I've counted since college.
Oh, yeah, nah, you weren't a professional back then, bro.
We were.
But
Bro,
yeah.
we were professionally in college.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we didn't know all the intricates or the ins and out of events, but we was throwing events, bro.
I don't know, man. I consider, and again, that's like part of my thing. Like,
Think about it like this: getting the buses together, getting someone to collect the $5 at the buses. Like, yo, that's us planning those events, bro. Those were events, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this was in our blood before we even started. We should have started this 20 years ago.
Yeah, man. I mean, I always thought we should have started DJ Firm in our 20s, but I think we were too like naive. Yeah. I mean, too, man, they're gonna get real tangible information, I think, from here, man. You know, just valuable information. And we want everybody to be able to listen to this podcast, especially if you're planning an event, especially if you're throwing a party, anything like that. Obviously, we want our peers, our industry people to, you know, chime into this event, man. And we're going to, you know, like you said, we want to tackle hard questions. You know, we're going to say some things that people don't want to hear about events. You know what I mean? But just know it's all from our heart. It's all from our knowledge. And, you know, it's all for the betterment of the party.
Yeah. So I guess we're just trying to really experience that great party or the best party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely going to have some. I'm excited for the dope guests that are yet to come. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Little forecast down the way. Obviously, we're going to be doing our wedding series starting in about, I think, our 3rd episode. So we're going to have a lot of dope, you know, wedding guests from media partners, from event planners, you know, fitness people coming in. So look forward for a lot of really good content to help you, you know, plan your event. So, man, Sye.
Yeah, man, stay tuned for more eventful episodes. Remember, we are your backstage pass to all event entertainment. On our next episode, we're going to hear from some of our people who helped make the DJ firm better. They are so awesome. You know, we're going to hear from our full team will be in the house, ladies and gentlemen, giving you guys tips and sharing their experience. Until then, let your imagination run wild and may your event be as legendary as stories can create.